推进我的手了，我先选。哎呀，打我现在！不好意思，打了下对我噻。原来我这个就是大龙虾呀！我的大龙虾那就不能输嘛！做人不要太表现，早晚要出现。
I knew.
Adriana, I lost my sock. Can you please help me find it? Mama! Sorry, guys. I was talking to my, bodyguard. What you need? I need you to help me find my sock. Don't you think I'm a little busy for the sock? Please, I need your help. What do I get out of it? I don't know. Fine, just give me the sock. Alright, faithful. Look, it's Oracle Bellet. We should ask him which way to go. Daddy Oracle, which way should we go? Well, we need to find Octavia.
Of course we do.
But we don't want to find her. We just want to get the sock and leave.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. If we don't kill her, then she'll kill other people.
But that's their fault.
I must warn Octavia.
Understand that?
I understand perfectly. It's my sock that I'm looking for. I don't care. If
You're
she
the
loses her
freaking
sock,
goddess
it's
of
their problem.
socks. You're supposed to care about everybody.
What if I don't want to be the goddess of socks? Well, I don't want to care, okay? I don't want to be a goddess of a sock.
That's a good point. But you have to care. Okay, without socks, we'd have a bunch of blisters and crap like that on our feet.
Well, I don't care about other people. I don't need socks.
It's part of your job to care about other people. You got us lost again.
No,
Thank
you got us lost.
No, you got us lost.
No, you.
You're the goddess. You're supposed to know all the
But
directions.
you're supposed to be my bodyguard, you know?
Who cares?
You're supposed to help protect me. Is this protecting me? I don't think so.
Are you dead? No.
Okay, just shut up. I'm gonna get us out of here. Soups. Mighty Oracle, wherever you may be, point us in the right direction. We're lost. Look, there he is. I told you
Amazing.
he'd come.
Okay, fine. Hold up.
Look, there's the trail. I knew he'd help us find it.
Of course you should help us. He's an oracle. You're supposed to know everything.
Well, why do you have to get an attitude with everything?
Because I'm just that way. I'm complicated, okay?
By Jove, there he is.
Of course he is. There it is.
Oracle, what are you doing? What?
He's
What
no
is he
speech.
doing?
We should move.
Forget you. Stupid oracles don't know what they're doing. Look, it's Socko, the minion of Octavia.
You don't say.
But I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Where's Octavia? My queen! My queen, she's here! My queen! She's here! Who is here? I am. Kill her. Mama's gonna kill you! You wish your mama could kill me!
The sock is mine! It was given to me! No! I will rule you! You are nothing! You will be dead! It will be my kingdom!
It's my sock. It's my kingdom.
Shannon! Sharita! Shannon! Hurry! I found your socks. Wait. No, never mind. My precious!
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
My name is Brad Rock. I guess you could say I'm a private detective, a PI, a dick, or so my friends call me. It's a hard job, especially when you have to live with your parents. You have to be smart to survive. Most days, being a detective isn't as full of excitement as divorce, missing persons, suicide, stolen treasure, ferreting out Nazis. Not that I did that stuff. But today, I had the case of my life when she walked through the door.
Are you Brad Rock?
Who wants to know?
Brad, who's there?
No one, Mom. Can I do something for you?
I lost something and I need you to find it.
Money?
No,
Jewels?
not really.
Your youthful idolism?
Still got it.
The rest of your dress?
What are you saying?
Nothing?
No, I lost my sock.
Was it full of money?
No,
Jewels?
no,
Was it close and personal?
no, just the left one. I took all my laundry out of the dryer and it was missing.
Sometimes that happens.
Then I got this note.
Jimmy is a real dork. Can I borrow your Britney Spears album? So Jimmy did it?
No, I just got this note.
Oh,
Can I have it back?
sure.
I think there may have been foul play.
Was the sock dirty?
Excuse me?
Nothing. May I ask you a few questions, Miss
Angel.
Angel? Do you have any enemies?
The Iraqis. Before that, the Russians.
Anyone who would want your sock?
No, nobody.
Has there been any ransom demands?
No. But I did get this strange phone call.
Yes.
Someone was breathing heavy and asking me to take off my clothes. And do you think it has something to do with the missing sock?
Did he mention the sock by name?
The sock doesn't have a name.
I see. This is going to make it more difficult to locate. How long has your sock been missing?
A day.
It could just be misplaced. Turn up anytime.
Mr. Rock.
Miss Angel, please. Mr. Bradrock, P.I.
Okay, Mr. Brad Rock, P.I. I feel something terrible has happened to it.
Maybe you should just sit tight and wait. Your sock could turn up. I've seen it happen hundreds of times.
Really?
Well, a couple of times. I mean, I didn't actually see it with my own eyes. I heard it happening. Once. But enough about me. If you want, maybe I could ask a few questions, make a few discreet inquiries.
Could you? That would be wonderful.
Do you have a picture of the sock?
Better than that. I have the other one. They were twins.
I see. When was the last time you saw the sock?
Yesterday afternoon at the do-it-yourself laundromat. It was about 12:57 and 37 seconds. I remember because I was wearing my watch.
I'll see what I can do. But I have to tell you, Miss Angel, I don't come cheap. And my PI services aren't inexpensive either.
I don't have much money.
What the hell did you come here for? Oh, sorry.
Maybe we could work something out.
Like you changed the oil of my car or something?
I was thinking of something more personal.
Like you'll wax someone for me?
Like something, if you know what I mean.
No. What do you mean?
Do I have to spell it out?
Is it a long word? I might get confused.
I get it.
Well, I guess I could put you on our graduated payment program. Make a down payment now, and say each week you make a minimum payment of $10. Of course, there'll be the 8% interest that we have to add on, and then each month I'll send you
Yeah.
a monthly statement. What's this?
An IOU. Did I have to spell that out for you too?
How does Russian President Vladimir Putin keep his country's war machine churning? It should have fallen apart by now. Russia has lost over 670,000 soldiers to death or injury since the Ukraine war began in February 2022. Its equipment losses have been almost as catastrophic. Almost 9,000 tanks now lie in ruins on Ukrainian roads. Russia has also lost 17,895 armored vehicles, around 20,000 artillery systems, and about a third of its dreaded Black Sea fleet. The situation has gotten so bad for Putin that he's been forced to rely on Soviet-era equipment to keep the pressure up on an enemy he should have easily overrun in a matter of weeks. Yet Russia keeps plugging away. For as heavy as its losses may be, Russia's war machine still churns. More equipment, more missiles, more artillery, more people. Putin is able to get it all because there's a hidden power lying behind Russia's leader that keeps this machine running. That power is not only essential to Putin maintaining his position as Russia's president, but it's one he's learned to control during his reign. Without it, Putin is toast, and he knows it. What is that power? The Russian oligarchs. In this video, we explain who these oligarchs are and how Putin controls them to such an extent that they're almost duty-bound to keep pumping money into his hopeless war. Pointer points out they simply positioned themselves so that they could run the leaderless state-owned industries that would otherwise have rotted without their control. The infrastructure and people were already in place for them. All they had to do was provide a steady hand and reap the rewards of a new Russia through which they could sell previously state-owned products. You built this state yourself, referring to the Russia that existed in the wake of the Soviet Union's collapse. Putin recognized that the oligarchs had done so through the political and semi-political structures under their control, and he made it clear that they needed to look in the mirror to see why Russia was in the state it was in. But this wasn't Putin telling the oligarchs that they would have no place in his modern Russia. Instead, he told them that it was time to get down to the point, to kill. Khodorkovsky went from one of Russia's richest men to a prisoner for over a decade. As for Yukos, Putin took control of the company and palmed it off to an associate named Igor Sechin. Putin found himself in an ironic position during this time. He'd only come to power because of the oligarchs. They were the people who'd bankrolled him and power as a direct result of their association with Putin. The previously mentioned Igor Sechin is a good example. A Putin crony through and through, he was handed the leadership of a multi-billion-dollar oil company when Putin had Khodorkovsky arrested. But that doesn't matter. Sechin was simply installed as the head of a different oil company. A fair reward for his loyalty? Perhaps, but also a reward that comes with strings attached. Making decisions that affect his country, he still recognizes that they're important to maintain. They're the money men, the men he's installed to keep cash flowing into his and Russia's coffers. So we come to another question. Just how are Russia's oligarchs helping Putin today? Despite any dissent that may be brewing behind the scenes, Russia's richest men are still making money thanks to Putin. Part of that comes down to the fact that Western sanctions aren't working as well as they should. Russia has found ways to sell its key products, oil and gas included, through bypassing the West and relying on allies. But it hasn't had to do that alone. The fact is that the West, for all its talk about putting the squeeze on Russia's oligarchs, is somewhat culpable for keeping money flowing into their bank accounts. That's according to a September 2024 article published in Politico, which says that Western allies purchased around $2 billion worth of fuel made using Russian oil during the first half of 2024. It all comes down to a workaround. Though the European Union or EU and its Western allies have banned imports on oil directly from Russia, they've left a loophole in their sanctions. They can still buy Russian oil. That oil just needs to be processed in another country first. Enter Turkey. A trio of Turkish refineries lie at the heart of this $2 billion that's flown into Russia's oil industry. These refineries process the oil they buy from Moscow before selling it to the very Western countries that have attempted to ban sales of Russian oil. Turkey has been making good use of this loophole to enrich itself. In 2023, it increased its purchases of Russian oil by 34%. So far in 2024, those purchases have gone up a further 70%. Vaibhav Raghunandan, who works as an analyst for the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, exposes the problem. When the EU imports gasoline from Turkey, it is 10% cheaper than it would be from Saudi Arabia. But those savings aren't passed on to consumers at all. It's just companies and trades who benefit. What does any of this have to do with the oligarchs and Putin's war machine? The $2 billion Turkey has spent on Russian oil flows into the bank accounts of the very oligarchs the West is attempting to sanction. Putin then collects tax revenue on that income, delivering enough money into the Kremlin's coffers to allow him to recruit an additional 6,200 soldiers per month for a special military operation. Ukraine has protested this loophole. The EU says it's fine because it's still depriving Russia of the refining premium it would otherwise make on the fuel. But this is just one of the many examples of Russia finding ways to keep money coming into the country. That money goes to the oligarchs, who continue to pay their taxes and kickbacks to Putin, and the system that Russia's leader set up so early in his reign keeps on ticking. Why would the oligarchs even consider rebelling when they're making money hand over fist? To hammer home the point, the first year or so of Putin's Ukraine invasion saw Russia's billionaires get even richer. In 2022, Russia's 88 billionaires combined for a total wealth of $353 billion. By April 2023, the number of billionaires was up to 110, and their combined wealth was $505 billion, $152 billion more than the previous year. Not only were Russia's existing oligarchs getting richer because of Putin's war, but there were almost 24 more who saw their personal wealth climb from the hundreds of millions into the billions. That's not to say that the oligarchs had it all their own way. The year before Putin launched his Ukraine invasion, their wealth combined was $606 billion. So the 2022 figure of $353 billion was a significant decrease. But come 2023, billions more were added to the oligarchs. Funnel the cash to the political parties Putin wants to see in power. That $300 million is just what the US State Department claims to have detected. The odds are high that the real number is far larger when you take undetected payments into account. More recently, October 2024 saw Politico report that the Kremlin has successfully created a mafia-style network designed to distribute cash to people in Moldova ahead of a critical vote that will determine if the country becomes part of the EU. The country's chief of police, Viorel Chonatonu, said Moldova is facing a phenomenon of voter bribery, combined with hybrid warfare and disinformation, the likes of first deputy chief of staff. Alekperov received Russia's order for merit to the fatherland following his retirement. He also got to learn of his longtime associate, the former Lukoil board of directors head Ravil Maganov's suspicious death after falling from the 6th floor of a hospital operated by the Kremlin. Threats, coercion, forced removal, murder. All tools of the trade for a Russian leader embarking on deprivatization that will deliver another new generation of oligarchs to his cause. The oligarchs still wield power in Russia, but that power comes as a result of Putin's influence, and it's because Putin puts this new generation of oligarchs in position that he's able to lean on them whenever he needs some oligarchs. We can also assume that there are likely more than a couple who have spoken out that aren't happy with Putin's actions, but fear for their wealth and lives if they argue against Russia's leader. That fear is key for Putin. He's created an oligarchy in name only, exerting enormous control over Russia's wealthiest citizens by ensuring they're only in their positions because of his influence. As long as
in the hustle and chaos.
On that, hails from the block with dopehead Polly boy at the time, running around all the tenements, playing with the gang members to get the best drugs and deals. How to run a business, right? How to run a business 101. I don't care if it's trapping and serving drugs or if it's serving the Lord and doing ministry. The whole reason that we exist here is to serve in various ways. The faster you get in alignment with that beingness, which most are not in, the faster the universe gets alignment with you and starts showing up with value. The faster you start to find your purpose and meaning in these situations and circumstances. It's not a coincidence. It's not an accident. So it's like, Crips are always bummy and miserable and angry because they didn't give a fuck about serving the customer. All they give a fuck about was trying to cheat the customer and bullshit, try to get more for less. The Bloods always had a good sense of humor, felt good about themselves, had all the best shit because they only existed to fucking serve. You could take that dynamic to heroin. You could take that dynamic to anything that you do. I would bet you, if you show up for yourself and others with a servant's heart, you only exist to serve and put out what you have and work in trust, equity, and faith, you're going to get something back different than the rest. Always got the hardest widow's peak in the game right now. I'm not even widow's peaking right now. Not even widow's peaking. I edged it up. This over here, I don't know what this is over here, but who cares? This ain't a fashion show. I look pretty damn good lately, I got to tell you. For somebody who's at death's doorstep potentially with constant pains, potentially some kind of cancer, it feels like, and seems like with the lumps, I look pretty damn good, all things considered. I feel good about the fact that I can look at myself and say that because the majority of my life I didn't have that experience when looking at myself in the mirror. Always kind of down on myself for the way that I look. So, you ever tried a charcoal bath? What, are you going to come over and give it to me? Hey, listen, you want to come over and bathe me in charcoal? I ain't going to stop you. Whatever floats your boat there, Fruity. Guy wants to bathe me in charcoal now. You have lumps? Yeah. Check out chlorine dioxide. I know they want to give me the whole list of shit. Fruity went over that, right? That guy was here one day with the chlorine dioxide. Isn't that chlorine dioxide? Goes by another name. You're trying to use a technical name, but it's escaping me. But that's a name for something else that goes by a more common name. What is it again? Chlorine dioxide, MMO. Is it MSO? Whatever. Miracle mineral supplement. That ain't what I was thinking. All right, well, we'll see. See about that. You look healthy as an ox. I believe in you. Well, I'm running on pure spirit. I have been for a while. I'm running on pure spirit and passion, trust, equity, and faith. My body is completely been destroyed and broken down and diseased by my own choices and making. But hey, potentially where there's a will, there's a way. If I have faith and do the next right thing, essentially the universe will bring me to a restored condition, or I will help to bring myself to a restored condition. I'm going for red light therapy all next week. So God forbid, God help this woman who's going to have to look at me naked, and I'm going to tell her, listen, it's not pretty, all right? You can already catch the move from looking at me through these clothes. It's not going to be pretty, so I'm going to ask you to step out of this room. Very unsightly. It's not for anybody's consumption. So, yeah, I'm going to do 5 days next week of red light therapy, and we'll see how that goes. Can you masturbate in the red light booth? Is that frowned upon? I'll ask the woman. Is it frowned upon if I'm in here for a while? If I like pleasure myself, I'll wipe up after I'm done. It's just like an omelet. See, it was a family, bro. I was doing so well, and I always got to take it there. I'm such a self-sabotager. I always got to go low brow. Disgust everyone. All right, I'm out of here, people. All right. Done enough looping for one lifetime. Shout out to Aluma Tranny for restoring TCC. The devil does good sometimes. I went over there to thank him, and he didn't even let me in. He banned me and threw me out. The kids in such hate constantly, jealousy and envy. It's kind of sad to witness, but hey, whatever. Do what you got to do in life. The off chance, or the on chance, because he's, I'm sure, always watching and listening. On the on chance that he's watching and listening, salute to you, Aluma Tommy. I'll thank you here because you won't let me over there. Thank you for being the one of the few. Gorilla Gems tried to as well, for restoring the Talcott Clip Collection videos about Slackcott.
What's she doing?
Making more.
Yeah, you might want to brush your teeth after this.
Why do you say that?
Live from New York.
It's the best sketch that's ever been made.
I gotta have more cowbell.
It's not. Is it recording? Okay, go ahead. This is the Doggy Chocolate song. Go.
What you doing? Eating chocolate. Where you did it? My daddy dropped it. Where your daddy? Behind the door. What you doing? Making more.
All right. Yay. Very good. Very good. Very good. What the heck is that?